All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now your weekly update regarding the MCU's latest mega flop called The Marvels. Now, we had said that we were going to talk about the box office numbers because a lot of people are very interested in the failure of this movie. You know, Stephen King over on Twitter is just going crazy right now because he just doesn't understand why people want this movie to fail so badly, and yet he's completely removed from the idea that this movie deserves to fail, right? He can't even have it in his brain that this movie deserves everything that's happening into it right now. And they still continue to try to double down on identity politics. They still try to double down on blaming men for this. Yes, they are actively trying to blame men for the reason why that this movie failed. I honestly can't even begin to imagine how to live in a world that is so filled with victimhood, and yet that is very clearly what's happening with the people behind this movie. So let's get into this article, guys, from Bounding Into Comics. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into the YouTube algorithm. So we have a headline that says The Marvels shatters another MCU record, which is hilarious, by the way. Posts worst first Monday box office gross in the entire MCU history. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this amazing picture, and this picture just says it all. It says it all. Female superhero thrown in your face with a cat on her shoulder because they're trying to market to angry, lonely women. This is who they're trying to market to, cat ladies and whatnot. They're trying to garner this kind of demographic. I don't know why that is, but that's what they're doing. They're completely forgetting about who the real demographic is for superhero movies. They completely ignore that, and they're trying to get people like cat ladies. It is honestly just pretty insane. It says The Marvels continues to break records for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but not in the way that the Walt Disney Company and the Marvel Studios would like. According to Exhibitor Relations Co., the Marvels only grossed $2.4 million in its first Monday at the domestic box office. Oh my God. Oh my God, $2.4 million your movie has been out for just a couple days. Like, it's not even that long. Your movie's been out for a couple days and you're already doing single digit millions. This is just painful, man. This is really, really painful. The tweet even says 1 million club Monday, the Marvels 2.4 million. In comparison, the Eternals scored 4.2 million in its first Monday. The Eternals, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't think it was possible for somebody to do worse than the Eternals, and yet the Marvels has done half of what the Eternals did. I mean, listen, this is just wow. This is wild. This is honestly wild. It really is. The 2.4 million Monday gross continues a weekend of declining grosses for the film. The numbers previously reported the film grossed 21.6 million on Friday. It then declined to 15.2 million on Saturday. On Sunday, it only raked in $9.2 million. The decline from Sunday to Monday is 74%. On top of the film seeing its box office grosses decline, this first Monday gross is the worst in Marvel Cinematic Universe history. For comparison, The Incredible Hulk back in 2008 grossed 6 million. Ant-Man in 2015 grossed 6.4 million on its first Monday. Oh my God, this is brutal. This is so brutal. And you know what? I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm honestly here for it because they deserve it. They really deserve it. This is a movie that is a prime example, and I've said this in all of my videos, and I'm going to keep saying it for as long as I possibly can. This movie is a prime example of what happens when you truly and utterly get woke and go broke. This is the prime example of identity politics taking precedence in everything in your movie, and you decided to release it knowing that you're ignoring your demographic, but you're saying, fuck it anyway, let's release it because we're females, we're strong girls, and if we can't succeed on our own, we're just gonna blame men anyway. Fuck it, let's just blame men and be along with it, and it's fine. All of our investors that are losing hundreds of millions of dollars, who cares about them? It's fine. We got paid, girl. Slay Queen. You know, we got paid. It's fine. These are the people who are making these movies now. And this is why we are in the situation we are in. This is why the MCU is a term in the first place. Something as stupid as that should never be a term, and yet it is. And it has been for a phase and a half now. It really is crazy. It says, looking at more recent comparisons, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania grossed $14.2 million. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 grossed $8.9 million. Even films that were supposedly affected by the coup had higher Monday grosses. Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings grossed $6.6 million, while Eternals did $4.2 million. Even Black Widow, which released on Disney Plus the same day as in theaters, grossed $6.4 million in its first Monday. Comparing to the film to other cinematic universe releases, in November, it still gets beat. Doctor Strange pulled in 6.6 million back in 2016. Thor Ragnarok did 8.2 million in 2017, and Black Panther: Wakanda Forever did 11.1 million dollars last year. That's honestly, it's crazy, guys. Like the Marvels has solidified itself in MCU history as being the ultimate woke flop. I mean, I honestly, I said this with Eternals, so obviously I could be wrong. I just don't see anything beating the Marvels. I don't see anything being worse than what the Marvels is right now for the MCU. I just can't see it. And if it does happen, then my God, is the MCU truly in shambles. I mean, this has to be pathetic. Like, no matter how much they're going to try to come out on social media and pretend as if everything's okay, no matter how much they're going to try to come out and blame men and blame racism and blame homophobia and blame all these reasons for why this movie's failing, there's no way in hell these people are at the table, right? Imagine Marvel Studios headquarters, whatever the hell that is. Imagine the executives at the table. There can't be a single person that sits there and says, yup, this movie was a success. Yup, this was a blazing success. This was the movie for us. There's nobody saying that. You can't convince me that there's anybody at that table saying that. So they cannot truly be happy about this movie's performance. They have to be upset about it, but they're never going to say it publicly because obviously their ego and their image are take precedence over anything else. It says there might be one bright spot for Marvel Studios. The percentage drop is not unheard of. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever declined 73% from its first Sunday to Monday. And yes, we are aware of this. And I said in my last video too, 70 to 80% is essentially the superhero drop off. So after the first few days, that's how much it drops off, and it usually never recovers after that. It might go up slightly, but it's never going to be anything grand. Of note, all these films saw grosses rebound on Tuesday, usually upwards of 20%. The only exception being Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, which only saw its Tuesday increase 14% from its first Monday. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it's very clear that they have made their choice and they're going to have to lay in it. They want to put everything on the backs of women, and this is not what should be happening in superhero films. Again, there has been female superheroes in the past that have been beloved and enjoyed by many people, but that's because they were written the proper way. They were presented the proper way. They weren't just Mary Sue's thrown into every single situation where they girl boss their way to success with absolutely no issues whatsoever. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes a Mary Sue, whether male or female, doesn't matter. Mary Sues are literally some of the worst and most boring characters that you can read about or watch on a TV screen or a movie screen. So it just doesn't entertain anybody. But the fact is, Mary Sues are very prominent in the MCU right now, or the MCU, I should say. They are very, very prominent. They're all over the place and nobody's interested, and the numbers don't lie. You can get as many likes and retweets on Twitter as you want. You can get all these people telling you how stunning and brave you are on Twitter, but at the end of the day, you have the worst box office performance out of any MCU movie, and the numbers don't lie. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.